In a world where the line between reality and fantasy blurred ever so slightly, there was a forest that locals spoke of only in hushed tones. This wasn't your ordinary stretch of wilderness. It was a place where the mist hung heavy like a curtain of secrecy, and ancient trees stood as silent sentinels, their gnarled branches casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance and whisper in the absence of wind. They called it the Cursed Forest, a name that chilled the bones of any who dared its proximity. But to Sarah, a young woman with a heart fueled by curiosity and courage, it was an enigma waiting to be solved. Sarah had always been drawn to the unknown, and the rumors surrounding the forest only served to pique her interest further. Despite the locals' warnings, she found herself standing at the edge of the woods, her breath visible in the cold air, her backpack filled with supplies slung over her shoulder. She took a moment to gaze into the density of the forest, the mist swirling around her feet like an invitation. With a determined nod to herself, she stepped forward, the silence of the forest swallowing her whole. As she ventured deeper, the light dimmed, filtered through the thick canopy above, casting everything in a perpetual twilight. It was in this dimness that Sarah first noticed the shadows. They were unlike any she had seen before, shifting, elongating, and retracting as if they had a life of their own. Initially, she tried to rationalize them as tricks of the light, but the deeper she went, the more she felt the weight of countless eyes upon her. It was then that the elder appeared. Seemingly materializing from the mist itself, he stood before Sarah, his weathered face marked by time, and his piercing eyes filled with a sorrow that seemed as old as the forest itself. He wore tattered robes, and his staff, adorned with symbols that seemed to dance under Sarah's gaze, leaned heavily against his shoulder. "Turn back, young one," he intoned, his voice carrying the weight of unspoken stories. "This place is not meant for the likes of you. Its secrets are too heavy, its curse too cruel." But Sarah, with the fire of determination in her eyes, could not be swayed. "I need to see, to understand," she replied, her voice steady despite the growing unease in her heart. The elder shook his head, a ghost of a sigh escaping him. "Then may the forest show you mercy," he whispered before fading back into the mist, leaving Sarah alone once more. Night fell like a cloak, and with it, the forest transformed. The shadows grew bolder, more pronounced, and it was then that the skinwalkers emerged. Once animals, now twisted into grotesque parodies of their former selves, they moved with eerie grace, their elongated limbs propelling them forward, their fur matted with filth and blood. Their eyes glowed with an unnatural light, fixing Sarah with stares that promised no warmth. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she realized the true danger she was in. The tales hadn't been mere superstitions. The forest, with its cursed inhabitants, sought to protect its secrets with feral vigilance. She moved carefully, avoiding the skinwalkers when she could, hiding when she could not. Each step took her deeper into the heart of the forest, where the trees seemed to whisper secrets in a language lost to time. It was in a clearing bathed in moonlight that Sarah found the heart of the curse. An ancient stone covered in runes, pulsed with a dark energy, its power seeping into the ground, corrupting the forest and its inhabitants. The skinwalkers circled the clearing, their growls a constant reminder of the peril Sarah found herself in. But it was there, amidst the danger and the darkness, that Sarah uncovered the truth. The curse wasn't born of malice, but of protection. The forest, an ancient guardian of a power so vast and dark, had been sealed away, its inhabitants transformed into the skinwalkers, not as punishment, but as protectors against those who would seek to unleash the darkness within. The elder appeared once more, his eyes watching Sarah with a mixture of hope and despair. "You see now," he said, his voice a mere whisper. "The curse is a cage, one that holds back a darkness that would consume all. The skinwalkers, they sacrifice much to protect this land, to keep the darkness at bay." Sarah stood at the edge of revelation, the weight of her discovery heavy upon her shoulders. She had sought the truth, driven by curiosity and an unquenchable thirst for understanding. But now, faced with the decision of a lifetime, she hesitated. To break the curse would be to free the forest and its guardians from their eternal vigil. But at what cost? Would the release of the darkness within spell doom for the world beyond the forest's borders? As dawn broke, coloring the sky with hues of pink and gold, Sarah made her choice. With a heavy heart, she turned away from the stone, leaving the curse unbroken. The skinwalkers, sensing her decision, receded into the shadows, their eyes no longer filled with hostility, but with a sorrowful gratitude. Sarah emerged from the forest a changed woman. The locals, seeing her return, whispered among themselves, awe and fear mingling in their voices. She had ventured into the cursed forest and lived to tell the tale, a feat none before her had accomplished. But Sarah spoke little of what she had seen and learned. The forest and its secrets remained etched in her heart, a constant reminder of the fine line between curiosity and recklessness. She had sought the truth and had found it, not in the form of ancient treasures or hidden knowledge, but in the understanding that some secrets are meant to be kept, some curses left unbroken for the greater good. And so the cursed forest remained, its mysteries shrouded in mist, its shadows dancing in the silence. But for those who listened closely, the whispers of the forest spoke of a brave young woman who had faced the darkness and chosen the light, leaving the beastly shadows to their eternal vigil.